What if you could become the master of your own life, unshaken by the tides of fortune? What would it look like? Imagine standing unwavering amidst the chaos, holding the reins of your mind, your actions, your life. This is not a fantastical dream, but the very essence of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy as relevant today as it was over 2,000 years ago. Stoicism, born in the bustling streets of Athens, nurtured in the heart of Rome, is a philosophy that teaches us to focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. It is a philosophy of resilience, self-control, and fortitude. It reminds us that we are not puppets, dancing to the whims of external circumstances, but the puppeteers, with the power to control our reactions, our emotions, our lives. The Stoic sage Epictetus once said, "We are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them." Stoicism, then, is a lens through which we view the world, a lens that empowers us to transform adversity into opportunity, fear into courage, anger into understanding. It is a philosophy that equips us with the tools to navigate life's storms with grace and composure. Now, imagine a life where you have eliminated 11 things that often cause us distress. These are not tangible objects, but rather states of mind, attitudes, and behaviors that we unknowingly cling to. They include negative emotions, the fear of death, the desire for pleasure, attachment to material possessions, the fear of change, ignorance, the fear of judgment, the desire for control, regret, complaining, and the inability to accept reality. These 11 things, like chains, weigh us down, preventing us from reaching our true potential. But Stoicism offers us a key, a way to unlock these chains and set ourselves free. It encourages us to strip away these layers of unnecessary complexity, to confront life with clarity, courage, and equanimity. Are you ready to embark on a journey towards self-improvement? Let's unfold the wisdom of Stoicism together. For it is not just a philosophy, but a way of life, a path to peace, a ticket to freedom. Let us begin this journey, and let us begin it now. The first thing you need to eliminate from your life are negative emotions. Stoics, with their roots in ancient philosophy, have long understood the power of emotions and, more importantly, how to overcome the destructive ones. They believe that the key to tranquility is in our capacity to control our response to the events around us. Consider the wisdom of Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, who once penned that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This profound insight highlights that our fears, anxieties, and sorrows are often self-inflicted, born from our own thoughts rather than the reality of our circumstances. So, how do we eliminate these negative emotions? By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, by acknowledging that these emotions exist, but refusing to let them dictate our actions, by understanding that our perception is the source of our distress, not the events themselves. The power to change our emotional responses lies within us. By mastering your emotions, you reclaim the power over your life. The Stoics teach us to eliminate the fear of death. A profound statement, yet it holds an essence of truth that can transform our perspective on life. Stoics perceive death as a part of nature, an inescapable reality that every living being must face. It's a cycle, as natural as the ebb and flow of the ocean tides, the rise and set of the sun. A renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Death is nothing terrible, but the terrible is the opinion we have of death." His words resonate with the Stoics' view that our fear of death lies not in the event itself, but in our perception of it. We dread the unknown, the finality, the perceived loss. But what if we could shift our perspective? What if we could see death not as an end, but as a part of our journey? This shift in perspective, this acceptance of death, is a liberating experience. It frees us from the shackles of fear, allowing us to live fully, to live presently, to live courageously. By accepting death, we learn to truly live. The Stoics advocate eliminating the desire for pleasure. This is not a call to a joyless existence, but to a life free from the shackles of fleeting whims. Stoicism teaches that true pleasure is not found in the transient, but in the enduring and meaningful. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor who once said, "Pleasure is a poor and fleeting thing." This is not a condemnation of pleasure, but a reminder of its ephemeral nature. It's a call to seek something more substantial, something more fulfilling. Instead of chasing after the temporary high of pleasure, Stoics seek fulfillment in virtue, in the steadfast pursuit of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. In this pursuit, they find a deeper, more enduring satisfaction. Stoicism invites us to redefine pleasure, not as a fleeting sensation to be chased, but as a byproduct of living a virtuous life. By letting go of the desire for pleasure, we find true contentment. The Stoics teach us to eliminate attachment to material possessions. This is not to say we should abandon all our belongings and live as hermits. Rather, it means understanding the transient nature of physical goods and not allowing our happiness to hinge on them. The philosopher Epictetus once wisely stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." It's an invitation to reassess our values, to question whether we're chasing after the right things. Are we accumulating for the sake of accumulation, or are we seeking contentment and purpose? Stoicism encourages us to find richness in the intangible, in relationships, in personal growth, in the pursuit of wisdom. It prompts us to remember that the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. By eliminating attachment to material possessions, we find real richness in life. We discover a wealth that can't be quantified or lost, a treasure that's always within reach, if only we choose to recognize it. Stoics teach us to eliminate the fear of change. Change is as inevitable as the rising and setting of the sun. It is a natural part of life, and yet it often leaves us rooted in fear, resistant to the flow of existence. But why do we fear change? Is it because of the unknown, or because we feel safe in the familiar? The Stoic view challenges this fear. It encourages us to see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth and learning. Here, we recall the words of Heraclitus, a pre-Socratic philosopher who famously said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice." His metaphor reminds us that life is in constant flux, and we too are part of that flux. So, let us not resist change, but welcome it. Let us not fear the new, but embrace it. By embracing change, we become adaptable and resilient. Stoics advocate the elimination of ignorance. This statement is not a dismissal of those who lack knowledge, but rather an invitation to all of us to become lifelong learners. Stoicism places a great emphasis on the cultivation of wisdom and the constant pursuit of learning. It's a journey that never truly ends, because there is always more to learn, more to understand, more to explore. Consider the words of Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, who said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is not just a call to accumulate facts or master skills, but to delve deeper into the art of living itself. It's about learning to navigate the world with grace, resilience, and understanding. By eliminating ignorance, we are not claiming to know everything. Instead, we are opening ourselves up to a vast universe of knowledge, acknowledging our own limitations, and committing ourselves to the ongoing journey of discovery. By eliminating ignorance, we open ourselves to the vast universe of knowledge. Stoics teach us to eliminate the fear of judgment. A key principle of Stoicism is living according to your own truth, not swayed by the whims of others' opinions or judgments. This isn't about disregarding the thoughts and feelings of those around us, but rather it's about recognizing that our own moral compass should guide us first. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others." This quote encapsulates the Stoics' view on judgment. It urges us to value our own opinions of ourselves above those of others, to be our own judge. This isn't about arrogance, but about self-respect and authenticity. It's about being true to who you are, standing firm in your principles, and not allowing the fear of judgment to dictate your actions. By eliminating the fear of judgment, we become true to ourselves. Stoics advocate the elimination of the desire for control. A fundamental principle for Stoics is understanding the dichotomy of control, the distinction between what is within our grasp and what lies beyond it. It is in this realm of understanding that we find peace. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "We cannot control the impressions others form about us, and the effort to do so only debases our character." This profound statement invites us to contemplate the futility of attempting to manipulate perceptions, to control the uncontrollable. Imagine if we redirect this energy, this desire for control, towards aspects of our lives that truly lie within our power, our actions, our responses, our perspectives. We would find ourselves less burdened by external circumstances, more focused on internal growth. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. By letting go of the desire for control, we gain true freedom, a freedom that transcends physical limitations and nourishes the soul. Stoics teach us to eliminate regret. In the grand tapestry of life, regret is often seen as the thread that unravels our peace of mind. It's a feeling of sorrow or remorse for a fault, act, or disappointment, often tied to the past, a place we can no longer influence. Stoics view regret as an unnecessary expenditure of our precious energy. The esteemed Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Regret for wasted time is more wasted time." This profound statement encapsulates the Stoic perspective on regret. Why should we squander the present, the only moment we truly possess, by dwelling on the past? Regret, in essence, is an emotional reaction to something that has already happened, and as such, is beyond our control. Stoics urge us to focus on what we can control, our actions and reactions in the here and now. By eliminating regret, we live fully in the present. We are not bound by our past mistakes, but rather informed by them. They shape our wisdom, our resilience, and our readiness for the future. Stoics advocate the elimination of complaining. A simple statement, yet one that holds profound wisdom. Complaining in the Stoics' view does not serve to alter our circumstances. Rather, it anchors us in a state of discontent, obscuring our ability to perceive and appreciate the good within our reach. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers. He once said, "Say to yourself first thing in the morning, 'Today I shall meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, aggressive, treacherous, malicious, unsocial. All this has afflicted them through their ignorance of true good and evil.'" Here, he presents a reality we all face, encountering challenging individuals and circumstances. Yet, he urges us not to complain, but to understand that these challenges arise from ignorance of what is truly good and evil. By eliminating complaining, we free ourselves from the bondage of discontent. Instead, we embrace acceptance and gratitude, finding peace within amidst the chaos without. By eliminating complaining, we embrace acceptance and gratitude. These are the 11 things to eliminate from your life as per Stoic philosophy. Our journey began with understanding that to truly embrace Stoicism, we need to bid adieu to negative emotions, the fear of death, and excessive cravings for pleasure. We then recognized the importance of detaching ourselves from material possessions and overcoming the fear of change. A step further, we sought to eliminate ignorance, fear of judgment, and the desire for control. The path was then cleared of regret and a habit of complaining. Throughout our discourse, we've unraveled the profound wisdom of Stoic philosophers and legends, each pointing us towards a life of self-control and fortitude. We've learned that overcoming destructive emotions is the key to inner peace and tranquility. Truly, it is a journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. Embark on your journey of self-improvement and let Stoicism be your guide. Remember, the power to change your life lies within you.